Hey everyone, welcome back to HD Reddit Reads. Today's topic is, to those that live in Italy, how is the situation right now with the coronavirus and lockdown? Let's get into it. I'm a final year medic and I'm graduating on Thursday over Skype. I live in the heart of the Lombardy region. All my family has it and my granduncle died. People just stay home and that's it. There's not much to do and shops are closed. You can hear ambulances all day and night. My uncle is in the hospital with a high fever. His wife got it as well, but she is home as her symptoms are milder. My cousin is taking care of her and miraculously she is fine. However, her grandpa died and she couldn't even go visit him. My grandma is sick as well and she can't see her dad. Hospitals are closed. The available hospital beds in intensive care have run out and doctors are making tough choices for who to try to save, which is terrifying considering most of my family is old and they might not get a bed. Doctors are overworked and tired, and since I know many people that work in the hospital, they are sharing with me these gruesome pics of people recovered in the intensive care unit. They are intubated and it's just a sad view. People keep saying it's just a flu. Yeah, sure, but a flu without a vaccine can be quite dangerous. The youngest person I know that has it is in his 40s. He has a 40-degree fever in Celsius and has had it for 2 weeks straight and counting. Don't catch it. It's really not fun even if your immune system is strong. Trust me on this. I have seen the repercussion on my family firsthand. No church is open or public event is held. Since Italy is primarily populated by old people, we are used to seeing the streets being empty and everything being quiet. Right now, it's just quieter. They couldn't even hold the funeral for her grandpa. My grandma woke up sick and I truly hope she has something else. So many people in my city have it, and yet they keep going around the city and spreading it. Incredible. Some people go to the supermarket and get out of it with tons of food so they don't need to go shopping again. Others, like my grandma, go every day because how else is she going to get fresh bread? Luckily, we have convinced her that she cannot go anymore, and she said from tomorrow on she won't leave the house. Just this Saturday, she had to go to church to confess. The town priest had been taken to the hospital today because he catch coronavirus, and he is in critical conditions. I wonder how this death count will go up now that the hospitals are overfilled. Rumor has it that my cousin's grandma got it because she was in the hospital being treated because she has broke her back, but I can't be sure about this, so this is just our personal speculation based on no real evidence, so don't take my word for it. Thank you all for the well wishes. Hopefully my most immediate family won't catch it. Right now, I'm in my office in Tuscany, 20 miles away from my home. This morning at 7 a.m., we hadn't had any problems moving around, but I don't know how things will evolve outside my workplace. There are a lot of different information from what you can and can't do from all the media. So I'm here hoping to not get sick and still be capable to at least move home tonight and maybe come back to work in a few days. Some say life goes on always, others say everything is compromised. I'm just here waiting for things to develop. I have friends in northern Italy quarantined in their homes. My mom is in the hospital working with face masks, and generally people are freaking out. They say grocery shopping will be guaranteed, so overall I'm not even worried about it. Maybe it's the chance to have some days off and enjoy my home and some games. Unrequested update. It's 6 p.m. While working, we get a document to show to police officers if we get stopped while going from commune to another. In this document, we declare who we are and why we aren't in our home. You can move by car/bike/whatever if you have to meet your family or go to work. Every other person is forbidden. Right now you can still go around the commune where you live without almost any problem. You only have to keep distance from people around you. Traffic is quite low compared to last week, for example, but people still go on doing their things. A lot of non-fundamental services are closed, but you can still go to the pharmacy, hospital, gas stations, and big workplaces like industries. Social life is paused, almost everything else is still active in my life. I'm a doctor who works at the largest hospital in Rome. The situation seems much worse than reported in the news. We are scared, but we continue to go to work for a sense of responsibility by returning. We do not have suitable safeguards for our protection, such as FFP3 masks. I'm a university student, and since last week, we have been doing lessons via Microsoft Teams or Google Classrooms. I don't really like these methods, but it's the only alternative. So, there's a fair amount of psychosis between a big chunk of the population. Supermarkets have been raided overnight. We are advised to not leave our houses unless it's necessary, but you can fill a form on your own to certify that you need to go to work. So basically, everyone is running around without a real examination of that form because literally anyone can do that. The only thing that has been really impacted by this is nightlife and sports, since every league of every sport is suspended until April. High school student here. Schools are simply closed, and the TV is full of ads about washing your hands and avoid contact with other people. Edit. I forgot to say that each morning we have approximately 3 hours of video lessons from our laptop. I live in Verona. I'm 19 years old, living alone because my mother and father took it in Milan, and for the first time I'm home alone for a month. Pretty nice though. I play GTA 5 with my friends like the old days, doing some indoor workout and experimenting with cooking. I'm becoming a good chef. The school is quite annoying, but it's okay. I wake up at 7:30 and at 8 a.m. I start at 5 hours straight in front of my laptop for online lessons, and then I go cooking for lunch. I don't go out if not to buy some food and maybe some cigarettes because the situation is not good. There's no space left in the intensive therapy, so if I get really sick, they would have to remove someone to save me since I would have a better chance of surviving. This is why I almost never go out, once a week. I don't want to be the reason for someone's death. I have a daughter living in Saronno, but she works in Milano. She is housebound on lockdown. Her courses are being done via Skype. Her employer has asked her not to come to work. She is not allowed to leave her house unless it is an emergency, which I hope never happens. She says there has been quite a bit of panic buying at the supermarkets. All the restaurants are pretty much empty. However, they are allowed to be open between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. People who are seated should have at least 1 meter distance between them at restaurants. Tourist areas are devoid of almost anybody. All schools and universities remain closed. All sporting or any kind of events have been suspended. Ski resorts are closed, and same in cinemas, theaters, discos, all church services have been suspended. While some measures may seem extreme, Italy has been the hardest hit worldwide besides for China. So it's necessary to curb travel and cultural activities to stop the spread of the virus. I'm Italian, but I live abroad. Currently my brother is in one of the high-risk zones in the north. He works at the university as a researcher. Today he went to work and the laboratory was empty. Starting from tomorrow, the uni told him to stay at home and that the structure will be temporarily closed. He was planning an exchange with a laboratory in Ireland for April, but I think it's cancelled. He's worried, of course, and a bit bored too, but he understands that the situation is critical and that we have to give our contribution to avoid spreading the virus. My cousin is in Bologna, where the situation is surreal. According to him, no one is on the streets, and the supermarket got assaulted multiple times from people concerning that they would run out of food, which is not going to happen since supplies are guaranteed. My parents live in a small city in the south, where only 4 cases were registered in the entire region so far, so they are not much concerned. But they are taking precautions if the situation will get worse, and they are trying to stay home as much as possible. Luckily, their jobs are not at risk because my mother works in public administration and my father can work on remote. I live in Germany instead. Yesterday I went to the pharmacy and I could get a couple of face masks just in case. The ladies there understood from my accent I wasn't German, so they asked me where I came from. As soon as I said I was Italian, they jumped away. I felt like I needed to specify I was living here and had no contact with Italy since December. That felt bad. South Italy here. I'm waiting for the virus to spread as in northern Italy, if not worse. A lot of idiots rushed south to their mommy after the government declared the region of Lombardia red zone, and here the people seem to not understand the situation. Yesterday morning, there were a lot of people strolling around not caring about what was happening. Yesterday night, the Prime Minister declared all Italy red zone, and a lot of people rushed to 24/7 stores to buy food. I decided to stay at home for at least a week, but my parents and the parents of my friends are going around the city like it's not their problem. There will be another infection peak here in the southern Italy in a few days. I'm a student who lives in Emilia-Romagna. Schools have closed for 3 weeks. There is no one hanging out. Everyone is cooped up in their houses. Not gonna lie, this looks like a post-apocalyptic scenario. People are starting to have relatives with the virus. My aunt, for example, has the virus. In every town, there are a few infected. We can't move from town to another unless we have a specific permission. For example, we can go if we have to go to work. Every day we use Google Meet to make online video calls with our teachers and classmates. So we keep studying and doing our programs even if we are closed in our houses. Many people are terrified while many are chilling way too much, especially in the southern regions, because the virus has just started spreading there, while here in the northern regions there are already thousands of infected. Sorry for my bad English, I hope this comment answered your questions. Thank you for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. It'll be greatly appreciated. And if you want to visit the original thread, I'll link it in the description. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.